familiar with the investigation, we will take your word for it that you're giving us everything that you had. So if the phone was destroyed in the wake of that kind of an offer, that's a very serious situation.
Not cooperating was likely thought to be a bigger part of this and the punishment, right, than his participation in the deflation of footballs.
I don't know that I would go that far from this standpoint. When we had the Brett Favre incident with Jen Sturger, he did not cooperate in that investigation, and yet he only received a $50,000 fine. So I'm not saying, I don't know that that was the big thing in this investigation. I think they went through it, and Ted Wells found that there was something that went on, and he said that in all likelihood Tom Brady knew something about it. To destroy potential evidence, you have to believe the league wasn't going to look kindly on that, so there's no surprise in this.
You mentioned federal court.
Yeah.
What could be a timeline now?
Well, I would think that the NFLPA at some point in the next week, within the next week, will file its suit here in court, and it'll probably be, I would guess, in Minnesota. Bill and I talked about the two options were Minnesota and Massachusetts, and they will have to make that decision. But my understanding is that the NFLPA is leaning towards Minnesota right now because of all the interaction that Judge Doty has had with the NFL. And I think there's a real feeling that while the actions are very different, the process by which the NFL suspending Adrian Peterson is similar to the way that it has treated Tom Brady during this investigation and process. So now it'll be up to the NFLPA and Tom Brady's attorneys to argue